My name is Lily, and today I want to tell you my story. If someone had met me a few years ago, they would have seen a girl who was afraid to chase her dreams. But today, I create videos that inspire people around the world. I speak English with confidence, I have learned valuable skills, and every day I continue building a better future for myself. People often ask me, Lily, what changed your life? They think I will tell them about a lucky opportunity or a miracle. But my answer is always the same. One decision changed everything. Before I tell you what happened, let me take you back to where my journey began. A few years ago, I was an ordinary girl living a simple life. Every morning, I woke up with big dreams, but every night I went to bed without taking a single step toward them. I wanted to improve my English. I wanted to learn video editing. I wanted to build something that would make me proud. But instead of starting, I kept telling myself, I'll begin tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And before I realized it, a whole year had passed. Nothing had changed except my disappointment. One evening, I sat quietly by my window and asked myself a question that completely changed my life. If I keep living like this, where will I be 1 year from now? The answer frightened me. I knew that if I didn't change my habits, my dreams would remain only dreams. That night, I made one promise to myself. From tomorrow, I would spend just 30 minutes every day working on my future. I didn't need to be perfect. I didn't need to know everything. I just needed to begin. At that moment, I had no idea that those 30 minutes would completely change my life. The next morning, I woke up with a mixture of excitement and fear. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't waiting for the perfect moment. I had already made my decision. After finishing my daily responsibilities, I sat down with my notebook, my phone, and a cup of tea. I looked at the clock. 30 minutes. That was all I had promised myself. I opened an English learning video and started listening carefully. At first, I understood almost nothing. The speaker talked too fast. I had to pause the video again and again. Whenever I heard a new word, I wrote it in my notebook and searched for its meaning. Then I repeated the pronunciation several times until I could say it with confidence. After that, I watched a short tutorial about video editing. I learned how to cut clips, add transitions, and place text on a video. Everything felt new. Everything felt difficult. But instead of feeling frustrated, I reminded myself that every expert was once a beginner. When my 30 minutes were over, I closed my notebook and smiled. I hadn't become fluent in English. I hadn't become a professional video editor. But I had done something much more important. I had kept the promise I made to myself. The next day, I did the same thing. Then the next day. And the day after that. Slowly, those 30 minutes became the most valuable part of my day. I stopped wasting hours scrolling on my phone. Instead, I invested 30 minutes in my future. Week after week, I noticed small changes. I could understand more English than before. I learned new editing techniques. Most importantly, I started believing that I was capable of learning anything if I stayed consistent. I still didn't know where this journey would lead me, but deep inside, I could feel that my life was finally moving in the right direction. And then, one ordinary afternoon, something happened that I never expected. I was sitting at my desk, practicing my English and working on my video editing skills. I looked back at my old work, and I noticed something. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than before. For the first time, I could see my own progress. A few months earlier, I was afraid to even begin. But now, I was creating, learning, and improving every day. That small realization gave me courage. I decided to share one of my small projects online. Honestly, I was nervous. Before posting it, I looked at the screen for a long time. Many thoughts came into my mind. What if people don't like it? What if someone criticizes my work? What if I fail? For a moment, I wanted to stop, but then I remembered my first promise. 30 minutes every day. I reminded myself that my goal was not to be perfect. My goal was to learn and grow. So I took a deep breath and pressed the button. I shared my work with the world. At first, nothing happened. The silence felt uncomfortable. I kept checking my phone, wondering if anyone had noticed my effort. Then, a few hours later, I saw my first message. Someone had written, "Your work inspired me. Keep going." I read those words again and again. It was just one message. But for me, it was a powerful reminder. My small efforts mattered. That day, I learned an important lesson. You don't need thousands of people to believe in you at the beginning. Sometimes, one person is enough to remind you that you are on the right path. That small moment gave me the confidence to continue. I started creating more. I started learning more. And slowly, my little 30-minute habit began opening doors I never imagined. But the journey was not always easy, because every dream has challenges waiting along the way. As my journey continued, I started learning something important. Success was not only about having dreams. It was about continuing even when things became difficult. There were days when I felt excited and motivated, but there were also days when I felt tired and doubtful. Some mornings I looked at my work and thought, am I really making progress? Will I ever achieve my dreams? Sometimes, I compared myself with people who were already successful. I saw their achievements and forgot that they had also started from zero. I only saw their results, not the years of effort behind them. That made me feel discouraged. One day, after making many mistakes in my work, I closed my notebook and wanted to give up. I thought, maybe this is not for me. But then I remembered the old Lily, the girl who was afraid to start. The girl who always waited for tomorrow. I realized something. If I quit now, I would become that same person again. I didn't want to go back. So, I opened my notebook and read the promise I had written. I will spend 30 minutes every day working on my future. Those words reminded me why I started. I didn't start because I was already confident. I started because I wanted to become confident. I didn't start because I was already skilled. I started because I wanted to learn. That day, I decided to stop focusing on how far I had to go. Instead, I focused on how far I had already come. I celebrated every small improvement, every new English word I learned, every new editing skill I practiced, every time I chose to continue instead of giving up. Slowly, I understood that the biggest changes in life happen quietly. Nobody notices the small steps you take every day. But one day, everyone notices the person those small steps created. And I was about to discover that my 30 minutes were leading me towards something much bigger than I imagined. As the months passed, my 30-minute habit became a part of my life. It was no longer something I forced myself to do. It became something I looked forward to. Every day, I learned something new. My English became better. My video editing skills improved. And slowly, my confidence started growing. But the biggest change was not in my skills. The biggest change was inside me. I stopped saying, I can't do this. And I started saying, I can learn this. I stopped seeing challenges as problems. I started seeing them as opportunities to grow. One day, while I was working on a new video, I noticed something amazing. The girl who once didn't know where to start was now creating something with her own ideas. I smiled because I remembered my first day. I remembered sitting with my notebook, feeling unsure and afraid. I remembered wondering if 30 minutes could really make a difference. Now I had my answer. Yes. Small steps can create big changes. That day, I received an unexpected message. Someone had seen my work and wanted to know if I could help them with a project. I couldn't believe it. A few months ago, I was only learning. Now, someone trusted my skills. My heart was full of happiness. But I also felt nervous. A new opportunity meant a new challenge. The old fear came back. What if I make a mistake? What if I disappoint them? But this time I smiled. Because I knew fear was not a sign to stop. Fear was a sign that I was growing. So I accepted the opportunity. I gave my best. I learned from every mistake. And that experience taught me one of the greatest lessons of my life. You don't become confident before you start. You become confident because you start. And that one decision I made months ago, giving 30 minutes every day to my future, was slowly changing everything. After that first opportunity, I started looking at myself differently. I realized that I was no longer the same girl who was afraid to begin. I was still learning. I was still making mistakes. But now, I had something I didn't have before. I had confidence. Not the kind of confidence that comes from being perfect. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing you can learn, improve, and keep moving forward. My daily 30 minutes became my special time. A time when I worked on my dreams. A time when I invested in myself. A time when I proved to myself that I was capable of more than I imagined. People around me started noticing the change. They saw that I was more focused. They saw that I had a new energy. Some people asked me, "What happened? Why are you so different now?" I smiled because I knew the answer. It wasn't one lucky day. It wasn't one person who changed my life. It was the small decision I made every day. I also learned that everyone's journey is different. Some people may achieve their goals faster. Some people may have more support. But the only journey I needed to focus on was my own. I stopped comparing my beginning with someone else's success. Instead, I celebrated my own progress. Every new skill, every small achievement, every step forward. Looking back, I realized something beautiful. The 30 minutes I spent every day were not just changing my future. They were changing me. They taught me patience. They taught me discipline. They taught me that I could trust myself. And that was the greatest gift I had ever given myself. But my story was not over yet, because the biggest dream I had in my heart was still waiting for me. For a long time, I had carried a dream in my heart. It was not just about learning new skills. It was not just about creating videos. My biggest dream was to become someone who could inspire others. I wanted people who felt stuck, like I once did, to know that they were capable of changing their lives. I wanted them to understand that they didn't need to wait for the perfect moment. They just needed to take the first step. As I continued learning and growing, I started sharing my journey with others. I shared what I learned. I shared my mistakes. I shared my small victories. And something beautiful happened. People started connecting with my story. Some people told me, "Your journey gave me hope. Your story motivated me to start learning too." Every time I heard those words, I felt grateful. Because I remembered the old Lily, the girl who once doubted herself, the girl who thought her dreams were too far away. If someone had told that girl that one day her story would encourage others, she would never have believed it. But life has a beautiful way of surprising us. The biggest lesson I learned was this. You don't need to be perfect to inspire someone. You just need to be honest about your journey. Your struggles can become someone else's hope. Your small progress can become someone else's motivation. And your first step can become the beginning of something amazing. When I looked back at my journey, I finally understood the true power of one decision. It was never just about 30 minutes. It was about choosing myself, choosing growth, choosing to believe that my future could be better. And that one choice changed everything. But before I finish my story, there is one final message I want to share with you. Today, when I look back at my journey, I realized something important. My life did not change in one day. There was no magic moment. There was no secret formula. My life changed because I made one small decision and stayed consistent with it. 30 minutes every day. Those 30 minutes taught me that small actions can create big results. They taught me that we should never underestimate ourselves. Maybe you were listening to my story and thinking, my dreams are too big. Maybe I am not talented enough. Maybe it is too late for me. But I want you to remember one thing. Everyone starts somewhere. Every successful person was once a beginner. Every confident person was once afraid. The difference is that they decided to begin. You don't have to change your whole life in one day. You don't have to be perfect. Just take one small step. Spend a little time learning. Spend a little time improving yourself. Spend a little time building the future you dream about. Because one small decision, repeated every day, can completely change your life. I started with only 30 minutes. I didn't know where it would take me. But those 30 minutes helped me discover a stronger version of myself. And if I could change my life, you can change yours too. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. And most importantly, never stop believing in yourself. Thank you for listening to my story. If my journey inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who needs a little motivation today. Remember, one decision can change everything.